Buckle up, football fans, because something big is brewing in Miami, and Atlanta might be ready to pounce. Jalen Ramsey, the Dolphins, the Falcons, a potential blockbuster trade that could shake the NFL. And nobody saw it coming this soon. 12 months ago, the Dolphins gave Ramsey a 3-year deal, made him the highest-paid cornerback in the league, and crowned him the final piece of a Super Bowl puzzle. Fast forward to now, and Miami's reportedly ready to walk away? What is happening behind the scenes? According to NFL insider Cameron Wolfe, the relationship between Ramsey and the Dolphins is fading fast, and not after years of wear and tear. This partnership barely got off the ground. He hasn't even played one full year on that massive extension. So what gives? Is it about effort, attitude, commitment? Sure, we've seen players cash in and then coast. But Ramsey didn't look like that last season. He looked elite. He looked locked in. So why are the Dolphins suddenly shopping a superstar? That's the million-dollar question. And any team thinking about a trade knows it. Because this isn't just about skill. This is about trust, culture, leadership. And Miami might be feeling like something's off. But here's where it gets really spicy. Enter the Atlanta Falcons. Sources say Ramsey has a list of teams he'd be open to joining, and one of them is Atlanta. Why? One name, Raheem Morris. Flashback to 2021, Rams, Super Bowl. Ramsey was a monster in that defense, and Morris was the mastermind calling the shots. That was the best version of Jalen Ramsey we've ever seen. Pure dominance. A shutdown corner with swagger and control. Now Raheem Morris is the head coach in Atlanta, and the Falcons have money, need, and ambition. They're hunting for a defensive identity. Ramsey could be their game changer. A Ramsey-Morris reunion in Atlanta? On paper, it sounds like a dream. A shutdown corner reuniting with the coach who unleashed his full potential? Falcons fans are already picturing a lockdown secondary terrorizing the NFC South. But here's the reality check. This isn't Madden. This is the NFL, and the money always talks. If the Dolphins trade Jalen Ramsey after June 1st, they save a massive $19 million against the 2025 cap. That's not pocket change. That's franchise-altering flexibility. This is classic NFL strategy. Wait out the calendar, let the cap math work in your favor, and then make your move. Just like we saw with DeAndre Hopkins a few years ago, this is a waiting game. Teams are biding their time, and fans are holding their breath. So don't expect a Ramsey trade today or tomorrow. But once June hits, all bets are off. Now here's the twist that nobody wants to hear. As much sense as a move to Atlanta makes emotionally, my gut says it's not going to happen. Yeah, I said it. Despite the chemistry with Raheem Morris, despite the whispers and the buzz, the Falcons have already shown their hand. They've invested heavily in the secondary this offseason. Mike Hughes got a 3-year deal. D'Angelo Malone is back. They drafted Billy Bowman, a guy they're high on, and are converting him to nickel. They added Mike Ford. They're hyping up undrafted rookie Kobe Bryant. And let's not forget, they used draft capital on 2 more defensive backs. Reality CH. So ask yourself, why would Atlanta commit to all these young guys? Just to throw Jalen Ramsey into the mix and shake up the whole depth chart. They didn't build this unit just to blow it up a month later. And here's another layer. There's talk of Ramsey shifting from corner to safety as he gets older. But Atlanta? Already covered. They signed Jordan Fuller. They drafted Xavier Watts. They've got a plan. So while the reunion storyline is juicy, it's probably staying fiction. But that doesn't mean the story's over. The question now isn't just where Jalen Ramsey goes. It's whether any team is willing to roll the dice, with the contract, the attitude concerns, and the cap hit all looming. And don't forget, the Falcons already have a Pro Bowl safety in Jesse Bates. So let's be real. Dropping Jalen Ramsey into a position they've already invested in? Not smart, not strategic, and not how you build long-term success. Burning a year of a rookie contract just to wedge Ramsey into a crowded secondary? That's not how winning franchises operate. So here's where I'm planting my flag. I believe Jalen Ramsey is heading back to the Los Angeles Rams. Call it a homecoming, call it unfinished business, but it feels right. He thrived there. He won there. Sean McVay knows exactly how to use him, and the Rams have a history of pulling off quiet, patient, strategic moves. Don't be shocked if they wait for a release instead of trading, because let's face it, Miami already played their hand. The league knows they want to move on, and when a team signals desperation, other GMs smell blood in the water. Would I trade for Jalen Ramsey if I'm the Falcons? Number. And here's why. They've already given up their first and fifth round picks in next year's draft. They can't afford to mortgage more future capital, not when they've already built a young, hungry secondary with something to prove. A trade now sends the wrong message to the locker room. It says, we don't believe in the guys we just signed. And that's not the culture Raheem Morris is trying to build. So let me throw it to you. Should your team trade for Jalen Ramsey or wait and let him hit the open market? Drop a yes or no in the comments and back it up with your reasoning. Are you all in on the talent or cautious about the cost? Because no matter how this plays out, one thing is crystal clear. Jalen Ramsey's next move could flip a contender into a powerhouse or become one of the biggest what-ifs of the offseason. We'll be watching closely. Look, if saying Ramsey to the Falcons too many times gets me remembered as the guy who couldn't let it go, I'll wear that badge proudly. Because this is what being a fan is all about. Passion, speculation, bold predictions. Whether it hits or misses, we're in this together. And that connection, that energy, it's what keeps this game alive. Jalen Ramsey's future is still a mystery. But one thing's for sure, he's not just any player. Wherever he lands, it's going to spark headlines. It's going to shift expectations, and it might just turn a good team into a serious threat. So now it's your turn. Where do you want to see Jalen Ramsey play next season? Should your team trade for him, or let the Dolphins release him and go after him on the open market? Rate your confidence in Ramsey's next chapter from 1 to 10 and drop it in the comments. Is he still a top 5 corner, or are his best days behind him? Your voice matters. Let's hear it. And hey, whatever happens next, you better believe we'll be here breaking it down. Rise up, stay sharp, and let's keep the football talk rolling.